indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful evening, and just thank you for the ability to be inside and to be cool. We pray for those affected by this heat. We pray for loving neighbors, and we pray to guide us and to lead us and to helping those that we know are affected and need help, and to be that loving neighbor. And we just thank you for relief on the way and timely for the State Line Heritage Days coming up this weekend. We pray for your blessing upon that event and help the community have fellowship and bless it with your hedge of protection to keep everyone safe. And we just thank you for the opportunities that we have to gather, and like tonight. We thank you for this meeting. We thank you for your wisdom. And we thank you for the opportunities that you put before us and to help us to be stewards of not what is ours, but is actually yours. And we give you thanks and praise. In all Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Amy, if you would, roll call.
Gary Elliott.
Here.
Bob Lighthead.
Here.
Jason Brewer.
Here.
Tim Rice.
Here.
Gino Frias.
Okay, I trust that you've had an opportunity to review the consent agenda. Do we have any questions or comments? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Just one quick one.
Yes.
The Wood Sage Partners Apprenticeship for local business for $2,800. I was just curious what.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had that up at Vision Corner. Had entities come in on the second floor. Was the first day's activity, and then the second day we met in the boardroom, and the new HR for Workhorse was there, and it's all geared around not just trying to supply students with apprenticeship opportunities, because we've got the school doing that as well, but we also have found that we have a number of kids that even when they graduate, they still don't know for sure what they want to do, or the rate of kids that go to school but don't graduate from college is surprisingly alarming. That's a high number. And so what we're trying to do is coordinate with local industry and do a better job of supplying a more able-bodied workforce. So that's what that program was all about. Instructed by Ron Brumbarger out of, I think it's Fishers, if not Carmel, so out of the Indy area. So again, we as a city are trying to present something for local industry that when new industry considers here, they can show or they can see that we are aggressive in trying to meet their needs for employees, and we have outlets, various outlets, if you will, to provide personnel. Because that's one of the complaints we've received over the last few years is people don't have the personnel they want or need, or this is going to sound brutal, but or they don't want to work. It's not me. I'm just the messenger. So, but yeah, good question.
I'll move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
We have a first. We have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Consent agenda approved as presented. We have a very special presenter on the agenda tonight. We have a governor in the house. So if you don't mind, Jim, I'll turn it over to you.
All righty. Well, thanks for having me. I was here a while back, and I asked you guys' blessing for me to use your city flag on my governor pin, and you guys gave me the permission, and so I'm able to get that done. So I'm going to present you guys with one of my pins, and it represents Union City, and 300 of them was passed out at the International Convention in Orlando, Florida. They went to Taiwan, China, Mexico, all over the place. So Union City is now everywhere.
Jim, that is really awesome.
Yeah, I thought they turned out really
They
nice.
turned out fantastic. I can't believe how detailed it is. Cool.
But yeah, they go all over the place. There's pin traders in the Lions. They're national the trade pins, and these will be one of these will be put in with my information at State House down in Indianapolis. And I wanted you guys all to make sure you got one of the pins because I thought it was really cool with the city flag on there, our covered bridge that the Lions Club was helped take part with, and like I said, Union City's known for our trains, of course. So there was a lot of conversation about these pins at the International Convention. So I had to explain why and how I designed my pen. Everybody, all the governors from all the states had to say, hey, what's the pen mean? So I had to explain to them what the pen meant and what all the flags were and everything like that. And then explain the borders of Indiana and Ohio. And very interesting. They thought it was really neat, and everybody attacked me after my presentation and wanted a pen because I thought that was really cool to have, you know, our own city flag and then be on the border with two states like that. So I want to make sure you guys all got one. My second reason here is I am bringing about 125 different districts into this Union City on September 13th. I also realized that date was set before I knew about the car show. We have to set our dates a year in advance, governors do, because there's so many other governors setting their programs. So I've set mine for September 13th, and I have on our RSVP right now, we have 130 coming, and that's from all over the state, and then there'll be some from different, and our international director from New Mexico will be here. She's coming to the presentation. I'm concerned, and I knew we talked about it once before, about the parking. I'm going to need some parking spaces out front. I know they're out back's probably going to be a problem because that's where they do their burnouts and their stuff out back. But I'm going to need parking out front and maybe some over in the other lot. I've invited them in early. Some of them will be coming into Saratoga in the morning for what we have a cabinet meeting, and that's in Saratoga. As soon as the cabinet meeting is over, I'm going to keep them detained with the car show till the banner night starts up. So a lot of them will be here for the car show. I've invited them here for the car show. A lot of them is excited to come spend the whole day, you know, get 2 meetings, took them down, and be here for a car show. So it really worked out really well. But I'm just concerned. I just make sure that I have parking out here for these people. You know, they're going to be here coming in after the banner night or after the cabinet meeting in Saratoga is over about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then they've got till 6 o'clock to waste their time walking around a car show. So,
Well, they won't be wasting their time.
no, well, I mean, give them something to do.
Yeah,
Try to
absolutely.
keep them occupied
Give me overtime.
because you know some of them were traveling 2 or 3 hours. You know, I've got people coming from Michigan. I've got people from St. Louis coming. You know, so I've got the hotel pretty much. I booked the whole floor at the hotel, so we filled it already. So
How many cars again do you estimate?
well,
there to be?
I've got 130. We have 130 RSVPs right now. Says that they're coming, that they will be here.
Individually, or are those some of those couples?
There's
or-
couples.
Okay.
Couples. Most of them
Okay.
are man and wife couples.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's some individuals, you know.
Okay.
But,
So,
I just
upwards
wanna
of
make
60
sure
to
that we
70
have-
cars, you think?
Huh?
Upwards of 60 to 70 cars, you're thinking?
Maybe that, yeah. Because I told them if we could kind of carpool a little bit, maybe, and, you know, leave some of them in Saratoga and then carpool if we can, because of the situation that's going on here in town with the car show. So some of them may double up, you know, and run into other people to cut back some of the cars, parking spaces we need. So I did bring that up to them.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, because I know the street's spoken for because you guys use these spaces down here,
Yeah, we
correct?
normally go down here.
We can park west of the depot
And have somebody transporting back and forth?
run a golf cart shuttle with one of the sports.
What are what's your total hours on this? I mean,
It's,
what's your,
it starts at 6 o'clock and it'll probably be all done and over by 9:30, give or take.
That's right now.
And you all are invited to the banner night. There's a meal, and there'll be a lot of presentation, you know, guys speaking, and then it's the change of guard, what we call the change of guard from the old governor to the new governor. So I'm coming in, I'm kicking him out. So that's my concern. Is just the parking. I just want to make sure that there's parking here when I'm bringing these people up here. And I have another one coming up, and that's not till July or June of 2027. So
What
or
day in June is
2026,
that?
2026, I'm sorry.
What day in June is that by chance?
I don't know the exact date. We haven't. I think it's the last weekend in June.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I
That's
think
awesome.
I missed that card.
Keep it there.
I think I missed that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have missed this one if I would have just looked ahead a little further, but I didn't think too much about it.
Oh,
And when
well-
they hit me all last minute, need a date. I'm like, okay.
Well, it might end up being a good thing for them. They'll get to see a slice of what goes on here. you
Yeah,
know,
and I
and,
thought it was great for them to walk around and be able to see the stuff. And you know,
Absolutely.
a lot of these people that are coming, you know, are was at the International Convention in Orlando,
Mhm.
so there are a lot of, I got 4 from Orlando coming in.
Okay.
So, but like I said, that we booked the whole motel room over there. We got the whole second floor is just for Lions Club members. So,
Super. Well, do you guys use any of the spaces over here in the bank parking lot?
Not for anything, but just, you know, people park there some, but it's, I'd have to ask Greg how full that was before.
If you don't mind, if you can get from Greg,
I'll talk to you.
yeah,
Greg.
get a number. If we can get a number of dedicated spaces, maybe
Right.
where we can mark for the
I
lines,
think, I mean,
and then put the rest. Have them.
yeah, I
do-
mean, I think we can, most of that's not gonna be, you know, it's possible to, the biggest thing is we'd have to reserve, see, what time are you talking
they'll be
about?
coming in about 5. They'll be here earlier, but they'll be coming, you know, the meeting, our stuff don't take place over there till 6.
Okay,
But the
They're
car
coming
parking
early
lot
and
is
then watch these, come to the car show.
yeah,
So I invite them all to the show.
right,
So,
because I would, if you don't mind, if you can just see what
yeah, well, I'll get with
how
you
many
guys.
spaces, and then
See
we
what
could
we can do.
reserve those for the lines, and then
Yeah.
to Steve's point, the rest will just direct.
Because like over here, we will probably, if we don't, we'll have to reserve it because otherwise they'll get parked in
Yeah,
just by people
yeah.
parking.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, I
then-
just
Yeah.
do
I
you
just
use
find
the
out.
bank lot too?
What's that?
Do you use the bank lot?
Well, Broadway, we use some,
Mhm.
I don't know how extensive we're gonna use it this time. It depends a little on car numbers too, because if we get, that's kind of an overflow spot. But normally we don't use it other than we'll have the valve cover racing set up on the north end of that. I don't know, we're kind of gonna, one of the things we'd like to do is we'd like to block off Broadway across the bank drive
Going east
in
and
the
west.
morning and just close Broadway off,
Yeah,
just so we don't have to fight with cars in there.
That's a good idea.
Sitting getting things set up. So we kind of have that blocked off anyway, so we probably can flow into Broadway in all likelihood. Because
Okay.
we don't normally like to put show cars down into Broadway. We've done it,
All right.
people didn't like it.
Yeah, kind of off the
Kind
path.
of down
for
the
them.
hole, and they
Yeah.
didn't like it. So we'll put they say we'll have the valve cover racing kind of like, I think it's probably going to end up in the middle, you know, just south of the flags, right in there, and so
Okay.
that area right in there, you know, it will be used, but that'll be done by the time by the time you're getting close to your event time, that'll be done.
Okay.
Tim, you don't use that grassy area to the west of the HUD building on Oak Street, do you?
No.
That's a large,
Yeah,
you could probably park 30 or 40 cars in there.
yeah, we could
Well,
start
we have to
there
do-
and then
well, we
work our
have
way
to
to the
do some
Between
depot.
that
Yeah.
and the west of
The
the,
depot.
I don't know, does the
Depot
depot have
building.
anything going on that day or not?
you could park
I
100
don't know
cars.
that they do, but
Check, but yeah, we'll bare minimum we'll have a chauffeur service for you,
Okay.
so they can run back and forth. We'll work on getting a map made too that you can send to them,
I can do that.
so they know ahead of time where the places they can park and.
I can bring that to them. But most of them will be in Saratoga for the afternoon meeting, so I can talk to them there.
Okay,
Yeah.
super.
So, but like I said, I did ask a lot of them to carpool as much as possible. You know, leave your vehicles in Saratoga, and people can take you back to Saratoga to get your cars. You know,
Yeah,
to
that's-
try to cut back a little bit of the parking issue a little bit.
No, that'd
So-
be great.
But there's some that, like I said, won't be going to that meeting. They'll just be coming straight in. You know, just for the meeting, for my meeting on Banner Night. So.
Okay.
But I know I was real concerned about it because I didn't want these people to have to walk too
Right,
far, or
yeah.
I didn't want to put all strain on them, you know, because they are, you know, coming to quite a ways to visit us.
Certainly. Certainly.
And
Well,
hopefully it all works out.
it will. It
So-
will. We'll get them taken care of.
So
Appreciate
the other
it.
thing is, just while I'm here, I'll cover with State Light Heritage Days is doing really well. Everything's covered real good. Of course, it's my 9th year on the parade, and we have right now returned RSVPs for the parade is 128. So we know we have 128 participants already coming. So it didn't rain on my parade last year, and in 9 years I've been doing it, I've only been rained out one time. So, but the event last year got rained out pretty good. We got hit hard with the weather, so we're praying for good weather.
Yeah, this year we should be
So
good.
far, the forecast looks very good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been
Very
watching it work out. So, because I got a lot of people coming in, like I said, where the Lions going, going to participate in the parade too.
Cool.
So, a lot of the districts are coming in for that. So, we'll have a lot of Lions Club members here for the parade too.
good deal.
So,
Hey Chad,
Yeah,
real
Gary.
quick, I checked with Pam, they have an opening in Winchester then, so you're welcome to use the depot lot
Awesome.
as well.
Okay, thank
So
you.
probably get 10 or 15 cars there.
Okay, super. So there we go. So we know that's. So we've got. Yeah, we'll be good. We'll. The biggest thing is making sure we coordinate the map and the first spot we need to direct them to, because that's where we'll have the chauffeur set up,
okay.
and so we can take them, bring it in,
And
and
I'll
we'll drop them off right at the door.
Get the map
Yep.
before that weekend.
Yep.
So I can make sure I get copies to them.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Any
Super.
questions from you guys?
I do have a question.
Sure.
Do you know if there's going to be very many that would have mobility issues? I mean,
Like
if we're going to
scooters?
be,
Yeah.
yeah, scooters
Handicap, I
or,
have two I two of know of are who has mobile scooters. But they have them on the back of their vehicles where they can just drive them. So they can park at a distance and ride their scooter to the door. So, and they'll be able to get in the building just fine with that, so.
Okay, cool. Good
Like I
question.
said, you guys are all invited, September 13th, 6 o'clock, there's gonna be a meal, and big meal, and it's catered in, so come and eat, hang out, meet some of these people. There's several people coming from, I say I have some come from New Mexico, I got one lady coming from Hong Kong, because our convention next year is in Hong Kong.
Wow.
So we have 3 coming from Hong Kong for my banner night.
Goodness
So-
gracious.
So it'll be interested to see some of these people and talk with them and visit. So you're all invited to come. Take a few minutes out, just pop in. Thank you.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That's so cool. Department reports. I want to give a special shout out, huge actually, shout out to Emmerich and Sons Painting. They donated all the paint labor toward what used to be the Union City Motor Building, little building back there near where Bob was talking about, which Dave Linkenstoffer is heading up drive to utilize that for body company, for the history of the body company and artifacts and so forth that's been collected over time. And of course the murals on the side of that too. But the Emmerich and Sons did the painting of that building, and they did a phenomenal job. It looks absolutely wonderful. So really appreciate their efforts. And again, as Jim mentioned, State Line Heritage Days is this week. So I want to give a heads up to everybody in the community. Just put your best foot forward. Pretend like you're going to a wedding in terms of mowing yard, trimming weeds, everything. Just because this is a chance when people come into the community, if they're coming in to see family, if they're coming in for the event, coming in for whatever, this is a chance for us as a community to put our best foot forward. I'm not asking anybody to spend any money. Well, outside, I guess you would put a little money in the little gas in the mower, But outside of that, pull weeds, make sure everything's picked up. That's manual labor. And
I've got a spot to do.
yeah. Well, and I'd say it's been tough lately with the rain, but hopefully over the next couple of days we'll get an opportunity to do that, because people, it's an opportunity for everybody to see our community at its best is what we should hope for. So. And we also, with the heat too, and talk about folks that maybe struggle with this weather, we have, and Alex, I don't worry when I say this, but we have unofficial cooling centers, really, like the library. It's not an official cooling center, but we have places where people can go and visit that are air conditioned in our community and spend a lot of time, and probably be turned on by a few wonderful books at the library that they didn't even know were there. So that's just, keep that in mind. If you know of somebody that maybe struggles during the day with the heat and they would like to be able to go somewhere, we do have some options in the community that are there. The depot, I think, is air conditioned as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry.
So that's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. About the depot.
Oh, you're saying that's enough? I'll stop now. So, but yeah, actually, that is all I have. So, Amy, do you have anything?
I do have one thing. I had, and I gave you all a copy of it. We had the final payout come in for the street project. And it's one of those, it didn't come in soon enough to hit the dockets, but I would like to make a request that we approve that so we can get that check out today, and just, once we receive it, the clock starts ticking to get all the paperwork finalized and sent in.
Yeah, very good. So to Amy's point, that's for Division Street. Do we have any questions? If not, we would request a motion.
Oh,
Is it,
Oh,
is
go
that
ahead.
the $81,000
Yes.
figure?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And some change?
Correct.
I'll move that we approve the payment of $81,723.40 for the portion of the Community Crossings grant. Is that to DC Services? Is that how it's going to DC Services Incorporated?
We have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Bob by here. Amy, if you would, roll call vote.
Gary Elliott,
Yes.
Bob Whitehaven.
Yes.
Jason Burr.
Yes.
Tim Hyde.
Yes.
Peter Samuelson.
Council members. Tim, we'll start with you.
I don't have anything.
Jason?
Yes, I received a question asking who may be in charge of landscaping upkeep out of the park. I guess by the tank, the
Yes.
landscape bed around the flagpole is overgrown. Could use some TLC. So
I noticed that over the weekend, so yeah, we will get on that and get it weeded and cleaned up.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
That's all I have.
Very good. Bob?
No, the only thing I had was the question on the agenda, so I'm good.
Okay. Gary?
Nothing.
Alrighty. Steve, do you have anything for the?
The second round for community crossings will open in October. So everything we've been hearing about community crossings moving to just one rounded of funding a year is probably going to be a reality. Because if it opens for application in October, we turn it in, by the time it's awarded, we can't get any more work done because we can't buy asphalt. So we plan on applying in October. Work won't be done until spring of '26. The funding that we have left after we make this payment, Brad and I are looking at doing some crack sealing and or chip seal to keep improving our roads, and taking care of problems. But we don't know for sure, A, what we have left, and B, where we're going to be doing that. So I'll keep you advised. Just let you know we're not going to get a second round of paving in '25.
Old business, we don't have any. So new business, second reading of the ordinance 2025-05, which is the ordinance amending chapter 51, which is the sewers, and chapter 52, wastewater pretreatment of the codified ordinances of Union City, Indiana. And Amy, I think you had noted already in the packet that this was assuming there are no, you actually needing confirmation if there were any required changes for IDEM.
The last I knew, Maura was going to send us, if it was finished, she was going to send the last of the amendments by this afternoon, and I did not receive those. So we probably just need to table this until the following,
To be
or the
safe.
next meeting.
Okay, we'll do that then. The second one is seeking approval This would be our police department seeking approval to take the proceeds from the sale of the 2018 Dodge Charger to help pay down the enterprise police department vehicles. So basically, the way this normally works is those proceeds go into the general fund, and then at the end of the year, we just do additional appropriations. But Mark's contention was that given the ability to pay that down now would make more sense financially than waiting.
Saves some interest.
Yeah, than waiting 4 months.
Yeah.
So, so that is why that is before you guys now. Steve or Amy, did you have anything you guys wanted to add to that that's not already covered?
No, sir.
Not the only thing you do need to keep in mind, we are making this request, but at the end of the year, we still will have to.
We'll still have to do the additional appropriation
Yes, yeah.
for what we
So,
did here.
Exactly.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah.
but it'd be in the amount of $8,500. So basically, again, just needing a motion to take the proceeds from the sale of that to pay down the enterprise vehicle.
You said that was 8,500?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve $8,500 from the sale of the 2018 Dodge Charger to pay down enterprise PD vehicles.
We have a first, we have a second.
I'll second.
Amy, if you would, roll call vote.
Gary Elliott,
Yes.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jason Burrow.
Yes.
Tim Heiss.
Yes.
And Tito Zaks.
All right, and then lastly is the four-way intersection at the state line, or at state line in Deerfield. And so we got clarification. Mark did searching through Dark County and got clarification from Dark County that they said that is not in their jurisdiction and that they punted it to us. So here's where we're at. What we proposed was a four-way stop and then also a slowing of speed down there near at least the propane storage. And so, but that falls under the county jurisdiction. So the county is currently vetting that out, but what is under our hat is the four-way stop capability. And so obviously it's a two-way right now, so we would just be adding 2 stop signs on the state line in response to what was observed there earlier this year. So, so that's in today. In fact, Mara, our legal firm, Mara Hoff and DeFerveran, sent the actual ordinance. And Amy, I apologize. You get. Oh, here we go. Ordinance number 2025-06 is what that is. And basically, the ordinance itself.
Did you get a copy of it?
You guys get copies of it? It was sent today. Sorry, you want a copy, Bob?
Yeah. I looked at it this morning, but I didn't. It was early, so I didn't get one.
No, you're good. I mean, it's nothing glamorous in terms of language. It just refers to Title 7, Chapter 75, Schedule 2 of our city ordinances for multi-stop intersections. And it addresses the amendment to that, stating that a four-way stop should be added to the intersection of State Line and Deerfield. And then noting that the City Council desires to update the provisions of the City of Union City Code of Ordinances in an effort to promote the public health and safety and to clarify enforcement of the provisions. So it basically states Title 7, Chapter 75, Schedule 2 of the Union City Code is hereby amended in part to include the following intersections as a four-way stop. And then it says State Line and Deerfield. And then all remaining sections of the ordinance shall remain in full force and effect. So that, I was getting ready to say in a nutshell, that's it, but that's literally basically it. So any questions, thoughts, comments? Okay.
It's a good idea.
If not, I would entertain a motion.
I move that we approve ordinance number 2025-06, an ordinance amending portions of Title 7, Chapter 75 of the Code of Ordinances of Union City, Indiana regarding multi-stop intersections.
We have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Bob or Tim, by whichever one you choose. Okay, and if you would, roll call vote, Amy.
Gary Elliott,
Yes.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jason Burr.
Yes.
Tim Heiss.
Yes.
So that'd be available for second reading on the next. Unless you guys,
Can we suspend it?
you can. I mean, we don't have a full council, but we know now definitively you don't have to have a full council to suspend the rules as long as you had a majority
Unanimous.
vote.
Majority vote.
Yeah, so, and I do feel kind of odd or awkward putting off something that we've devised that centers around
Consider
safety.
safety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'll move we suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend the rules. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Amy, once again, if you would please roll call vote.
Gary Elliott.
Yes.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jason Burr.
Yes.
Tim Heiss.
Yes.
Okay, we have a suspension of the rules. I would hereby entertain a motion on the second reading.
I'll move we accept ordinance 2025-06 as presented on the second reading.
We have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Amy, once again, if you would please roll call vote.
Gary Elliott.
Yes.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jason Burr.
Yes.
Tim Heiss.
Yes.
All right. Visitors wishing to address the board, address the council, please stand, state your name and address and nature of business.
You want me to stand? What can I say?
Oh, unless you're in pain.
Huh?
You sound like you're in pain. I know your back's, but
My name's Ron Pruitt, 418 West Pearl Street. On Saturday morning, I found a loose dog running around for the second time on a Saturday. Right? We took it down to the PD. They're great. They took care of it. They only got pens for like a couple dogs, and they're not a dog. They're not an animal shelter, correct?
Right,
No.
correct.
So here is my concerns. Question is, we have three possibilities in Union City that these people don't know. You know, Facebook and all that stuff. That's silly. We need to know what we're supposed to do. So if we find a dog in the middle of the street that's hurt, do we call Paws? Do we call Randolph County? Do we call Dark County? It's a problem, and it's getting worse. So what I'm coming to you guys, what are we supposed to do since Union City does not have an animal shelter?
well, yeah, we don't have an animal shelter, but if they have a stray dog, they should still call the police first.
Well, at one point that they'll be full.
Right, right. Well, that's when Mark and Kyle, I know, have contacted Shelley to see what accommodations they have, if any, and then they also do consult with the county.
What
with,
is then
Aaron
what
Orr.
with Paul's and Aaron Orr from Randolph County? What is their policy and procedures with Union City in the city and what we do here? What do they do for us? What can they do, or what are they going to do in the future?
Oh, I don't want to speak for them. I mean, I know what we have tried to get them to do for us is take the animals, obviously,
Sure,
if they can, until
sure.
we find. But outside of that, I don't want to speak for them. I mean, I would want them to come and
Sure.
speak to that. But
That'd be great.
yeah, we could do that.
In Dark County, that's another issue, which I don't know too much about Ohio side as far
I
as
don't
that
either.
goes.
I don't either. But that's
But
where,
since our town goes right down the middle of two states, you know, that's an issue too.
yeah, absolutely. I'll get with Mark and see if we can get someone regarding Dark
Yeah,
County.
I think you said that
But I
dog you
talked to
found
Tim.
was on state line too, wasn't it? Was that
Pardon me?
on state line or right about state line? that
Oh,
you-
going back and forth.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know where he's at.
I said, stop on Indiana.
Dang old animal didn't know where to stop.
You know, because it is about the well-being of the dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, to me, it is. It's,
Who
Abs-
owns,
no, it's a
who
good
owns
question.
that kennel down there where Paul's is?
Paul's does, or they lease it. They've got a
Well,
long-term lease, don't
They
they?
leased it. They built the.
Yeah, they built the facility.
facility.
Yeah, they raised the funds
They-
and built the
Yeah,
facility.
They basically leased. The
So they just
location.
leased the ground
Yeah.
is what they're leasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the facility's theirs.
So is there extra pens in there or anything?
I know there's extra pens. Their conundrum is their help because they only have so many volunteers.
Right.
So
Well, reason why I say this is this guy here, he's talking about stray dog or whatever,
Mhm.
or what about a dog that bites? Do they quarantine them? Is there an ordinance to quarantine dogs that bite?
Well, if it's yeah, I mean our police do.
Because we
Correct.
just had one on my street and they didn't quarantine that dog.
Who's they?
My neighbor, Barrera.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, you're talking about residents now. I'm sorry. I think you're talking about if we took control. Yeah, all dogs are supposed to be secured. No two ways about it.
Is it quarantined by the city, or are you saying that you're telling the people that own the dog that bit somebody that keep that dog in the garage for 10 days or whatever? That ain't going to get it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Because if they're rabied, which you don't know and I don't know,
Right.
even though they might, if they got their shots, that's another thing. But if they ain't got their shots, then there should be a place for dogs that are hostile. I'll put it that way.
Correct. Yeah.
Now I don't think Paul should have to do it.
No. If the
But
dog
if
rips,
we got
well, hold on.
if we got an ordinance person,
Right.
why couldn't they control the one pen that the dog's in? You know what I mean?
Right. No, that first and foremost, if there's a situation like that, as opposed to neighbors taking it into their own hands, if they have a neighbor that's got a dog that's hostile, if you will, they need to call police and let them take it from there.
Well, they did,
So-
but the dog stayed with the owners.
Well, and I don't know the particulars of that
I know.
discussion, so
I know.
yeah, so I mean and then we're also talking about a civil matter because I mean if my neighbor's
Right.
dog would jump the fence and attack us, that's
Attorney.
my problems with them, yeah,
Right.
not the city. So, but yeah, I will get with Shelley, Mark, and Aaron and see if we can have, if not their presence here, bare minimum written correspondence that helps shed light on what their current procedures are and what.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
If we-
absolutely.
if we-
No, good question.
We've had conversation about enhancing our ability to keep dogs as far as, a facility. But we also, I'd like to just maybe have the conversation with Aaron about what we need to do to be able to use their, as far as compensation and have an arrangement, get a formal arrangement for compensation for that, so we know where we stand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can definitely discuss that. All right. Anybody else?
Yes.
Yes, Bob.
Bob Gentry, 521 North Plum Street. With regard to this apprenticeship program, which sounds like a great idea, which of our local industries are participating in that, and how many people are involved?
Workhorse is who came. We extended the invite to Frank Miller and to American Press and a few other smaller industries. One of the challenges that folks have, though, too, like American Press, for example, is it was a couple days out of the field for them. And so we've got to work on how we can better meet their schedules so they can get a gist. In fact, the guy that put on the apprenticeship program is willing to come here and meet with them.
Do we have any of our young people in these apprenticeship programs now?
Not yet. This is the introductory session.
Just started.
Yeah, it just started. So again, this is the city's effort to bridge the gap because once they're done at school, those 18 to 19-year-olds, that's who we were kind of focusing on.
Would you give us a quarterly report on that to let people
Yep.
know how it's working?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Russ, 120 Pleasant Drive. I'd like to kiss you guys for doing the four-way stop, but we won't vote on that.
We don't hurt
I do have a question. Sorry, I didn't mean to. You clocked me, I don't care. I do have something, though, on the state getting water down there. I went down there and checked that, and I didn't see no meter on the hose down there. Is there somebody here that monitors that water that they're pulling off of us? Does anybody know?
Yes, we monitor
You got a ledger or something we can see sometime?
Absolutely.
Okay. Glad to hear it.
One of the things, John, the contractor is working for the state, so in order for them to, they pass the cost of that along to the state. In order for them to pass the cost along to the state, they have to show proof that they've paid us for it. So
That's good.
they have no incentive to try to
Cornswoggle us?
right and beat the
Well, I was
system.
going to say, because if
so
they're going to
just-
allow them to do that,
Yeah.
then don't look at my water bill. I'll tell you what I want to pay.
no, they're
I'm sorry.
it's in their interest to record that and be part of recording that, and it's not just an honor system either. But
Yeah,
but yeah, they're monitoring that,
that's cool.
how that's taken. Yeah.
Another thing I got people asking me, and I ain't got nothing to do with the city. They just happened to ask me because they saw me on TV. I'm famous now. But the water bills. We got people getting their water shut off and they've paid their bills.
Can you give a specific?
Yeah, Susan Pyle's house across the street. I don't know the name of the people, but I watched him shut it off. Well, they weren't home. So whenever they come home, I walked over and I said, hey, I think they shut your water off. Not knowing if they'd paid their bill or not. And she says, I just paid my bill.
Might be timing because I know they've received notifications. How far in advance is it? They normally 5 days. in advance?
Mary Ann sends a call out,
Mhm.
like a,
Automated.
last call, and sends it out to anyone that's not paid. So, I mean, and you're exactly right, it probably is a timing issue where, I mean, they may have paid
That day.
that morning or
Yeah.
something.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing that up, let's say somebody goes on vacation for 3 weeks and you shut their water off and their hot water heater's still running and it's electric. There's a chance you might burn it up.
Well, here's the thing I would counter with that though. Everybody has the option to pay automatic debit. And also, if you've got the ability to take a 3-week vacation, you probably have the ability to have an automatic debit. And in all fairness, water bills are a monthly thing. So I'm not trying to pass the buck, but at the same time, I'm as accountable as every one of these guys that if I don't pay my water bill, it gets shut off. And so my wife will run automatic debit because we have to have that because otherwise we would probably forget if we left.
Yeah.
So that's what I would strongly encourage somebody to have an automatic debit if they could, to where they'll still get the bill sent to them so they know how much is being taken out, and plus they'll see it in their checking ledger. But that's what I would strongly encourage them to do.
Yeah, well, fair warning,
No, absolutely.
you're going to have some people bitch about it no matter what, even if they're not loaded like you are.
If only.
I'm not loaded, but I have mine done because I'll forget to pay. I will literally forget to pay a bill. I haven't paid it.
Anything
I
new
haven't-
on the
Good wife
sidewalks?
does it anyways.
No.
Which ones?
Out there at the Community Health Center?
Not
Anybody
yet.
looked at it, how much it would cost or how long it is? It's probably the length of a football field. It's a long one.
Did we receive a quote from anybody?
I don't have a quote back yet.
We haven't received a quote
You
yet.
have to have a grant or something to get something like that.
That depends how much it is,
Um,
but probably.
Yeah, and then the one thing that's probably, in all fairness, if we get, this is what it's like when you run it's no different when you run a home and you have certain things. There's a lot of things you'd love to do, but there's certain things you have to place priority on due to the pocketbook.
I understand.
In all fairness, we probably should put a sidewalk on Plum Street first down there where there's more kids walking to school,
Right.
and also put one out there by we had a request to
Baseball
come.
field, too.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
And those are more. My estimation would be those are more. Not that the one you're talking about isn't important, but
Right.
those are probably more frequented if you will.
Yeah,
Like,
I feared it was going to be a problem because that's a long shot down through there.
yeah, it
I
is.
didn't know if there was a way to file for a grant or anything, or
Yeah, there is, and that's what we try to do consistently.
Well, let's
is
get on.
Go through the grant route.
another thing. This lady was on the internet talking about it. Willow and Howard Street. You know where Willow is and Howard Street?
Yeah, I'm trying to visualize it.
Neely lives on one corner there, the guy with all the motorcycles.
Uh-huh.
Opposite of his house, there's a bush there. I'm not kidding you. It's humongous. And when you try to pull out to look down Howard Street, it's bad, ain't it, Jim?
Yes, it is.
Willow and Howard.
So if you got somebody, you have anybody that goes around and checks stuff like that?
Well, if it's brought to our attention, absolutely. I mean, we're not looking for
Well,
problems.
I'm not driving around.
We're Willow and Howard.
Anyway,
Oh, Bush. There's a lot of
Yeah.
There's a lot of those around.
but this one here is bad. I mean, it is bad.
Get him a golf cart, some trimmers, and turn him loose.
Well, here's the thing I had a problem with. When I'm out there looking to the north, then if you forget to look to the south,
Then,
Yeah.
kaboom.
yeah.
I ain't
Trust
looking
me.
for a four-way stop or nothing, but
Trust me. We took flack when we closed this alley down here to create seating when we were in the pandemic. And I honestly, I know this isn't a popular assessment among a lot of people, but that whole alley should be closed on Columbia Street, or at least one way. Make it a one way, because I challenge anybody in this room
To get out on the
to feel comfortable pulling out onto the sidewalk when you got
Right.
kids and people drive. You can't. You talk about something that's more dense than a bush. Try a brick building.
right.
You can't see anything,
No, you
and
can't.
it really should be a one way heading east. Because but again, I know that would go over like a ton of bricks with a lot of people. But in terms of safety,
I tend not to use that.
I know it's just yeah, go the other
I
way.
use it east a lot.
Yeah. Going east, no problem. But man, coming out of there,
Now there's another bush, corner of State Line and Carter Street, where the trailer park used to be
Yeah.
right there.
yeah.
Check that monstrosity of a tree or whatever it is there, because it's hard. Same way, you look one way, and if you forget to look the other way, kaboom.
Yeah, I'll have Kyle check both those out.
And my wife wanted me to bring this up. This is my wife. These streets, we take rides all the time tonight, and it's like the jumping jalopy, where they spray the streets with this stone and stuff. I realize it's supposed to help the cracks and all that. You ought to try to ride a motorcycle on it. It's a treat. But I know it's got to do with money, right? I give.
All right. Well, the date of the next city council meeting is Monday, August 11th at 6 p.m. Board of Works is also Monday, August 11th at 1:45 p.m. Date of next economic redevelopment meeting is Wednesday, August 20th at 6 p.m. I would hereby entertain a motion for adjournment.
So
We have a first, we have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Those opposed, nay. Meeting adjourned.